Love is an illusion, a biological trick of nature. That's not a line from a jaded modern man. That's a direct echo of Arthur Schopenhauer, one of the most controversial and misunderstood philosophers in Western thought. He believed that what we call love is not romance, not soulmates, not even companionship, but a form of biological deception designed by nature to perpetuate the species, even at the cost of individual happiness. To Schopenhauer, the man in love is not a free man. He is possessed, overtaken by an instinct he mistakes for destiny. He chases the perfect woman, the ideal partner, the one, all while unknowingly surrendering his peace, his identity, and sometimes his entire life's purpose. It sounds harsh, but step into the shoes of countless men today, ghosted, heartbroken, confused, even bitter. You'll see his words weren't bitter ramblings, they were eerily prophetic. This video is not about hatred, blame, or cynicism. It's about truth. It's about understanding the hidden forces beneath our feelings. And most of all, it's about reclaiming our freedom, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. So stay with me to the end. I promise this journey will shift the way you see love. Have you ever wondered why heartbreak hits so hard? It's not just about someone leaving. It's about what you gave up. Your peace, your sleep, your sense of self. Because you believed, truly believed, that this person was the one. You believed the story. And that's the trap Schopenhauer warned us about. He described love not as an emotion, but as a biological necessity masquerading as poetry. A force that tricks us into thinking we're making conscious choices, when in reality, we're being guided by instincts millions of years old. The ultimate aim of all love affairs is the composition of the next generation, he wrote. Think about that. All your butterflies, your obsessive thoughts, your longing are not signs of true connection, but the will to life expressing itself through you. It's nature using you for its own agenda. You're not broken for falling in love. You're human. But if you don't understand the deeper game, you'll play it with blindfolds on. You'll call it romance, but it's programming. You'll call it destiny, but it's biology. And when it falls apart, as illusions often do, you'll blame yourself, or worse, blame her. But what if the real issue was never personal? What if it was systemic? Let's break this down through 3 key insights from Schopenhauer's philosophy and how they still apply today. 1. The will to life is indifferent to your happiness. Schopenhauer believed that nature doesn't care about your fulfillment. It only cares about survival and reproduction. The feelings we associate with love are tricks, nature's bait to ensure we keep the species going. 2. Men are easily deceived because they romanticize instinct. Men, he argued, often confuse intense desire with spiritual connection. They fall for beauty, for mystery, for the hope of being chosen. But beneath all that, a primal urge to feel complete. It's not weakness, it's conditioning. 3. Freedom comes from awareness, not repression. Schopenhauer wasn't preaching celibacy or hatred. He was urging clarity. When you understand that your emotions may not be telling you the full truth, you stop being a slave to them. Carl Jung later echoed this idea. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And that's the key. This isn't about rejecting women. It's about seeing clearly and acting from self-possession, not desperation. Because when a man knows himself, he cannot be manipulated by the illusion of completion through someone else.
So, what do you do with this knowledge? How do you step out of the trap and into your own power? Here are 3 clear inner practices to shift your frame. Interrogate the story, not the person. When you're drawn to someone, ask yourself, is this connection real, or am I projecting a fantasy onto them? The brain is a master of illusion. Don't accept your thoughts at face value. Examine them. 2. Create meaning outside of romance. Schopenhauer was pessimistic, but you don't have to be. Build a life so rich in meaning through purpose, creation, and solitude that love becomes an addition, not a lifeline. As Nietzsche later said, he who has a why to live can dare almost any how. 3. Reframe desire as energy, not instruction. Desire isn't wrong, it's powerful, but instead of obeying it, use it. Let longing become the fire that drives you into deeper self-mastery, not external pursuit. You don't need to suppress your nature, just lead it. Remember, mastery isn't about being cold or numb. It's about choosing what deserves your energy.
Here's what Schopenhauer couldn't see, and what you now can. Yes, love can be a trap, but only when you don't see the strings. And once you do, you gain the power to choose. Not from need, not from loneliness, but from presence, from clarity. You're not weak for wanting love. You're human. But you are unwise if you think love will save you. Only you can do that. Because the moment you stop chasing illusions is the moment you start building truth. You become the man who doesn't beg to be chosen. You become the man who chooses himself. So here's the line I want you to remember. Freedom begins the moment you stop begging for love and start standing in your own worth. Stand in it. Because no one, no woman, no relationship, no fantasy will ever make you whole. You were already whole. Now live like it.
Now, I want to ask you something. When was the last time you confused love with meaning? When did you last abandon yourself to be chosen? And what would it look like to live not for romance, but for truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your story. This isn't a space for blame or bitterness. It's a space for waking up. If this resonated, hit like. Subscribe for more content that cuts through illusion and helps you build a life of clarity, strength, and freedom. And if you know a brother stuck in a loop of heartbreak or fantasy, send this to him. Let's start freeing men, one truth at a time.